Well, hello everyone, and this video, as promised, will go through either building your a new PC around this Christmas time or in the next couple of months, or if you're looking to buy a pre-built PC. Now, I'm using my my local site that I use, and they've got a shop where I live as well, which is kind of part of the reason why I use them, called Novatech. Now, that does not mean in any way do you have to buy from them, but I'm just using them because generally they have pretty good prices, so this will give you an idea of what you can get for your money. Now, those of you that are obviously that aren't from the UK and don't use pounds sterling, just go to Google and please just find a little converter, because it will take you 2 seconds to do. Please don't ask me to convert everything, because it would take ages for me to do it into every single currency. But it'll take you 2 seconds to change. But I'm going to do two PCs for you from parts that I've put together, for those of you who know how to build PCs from parts. One is between the £500 to £600 bracket, and one is obviously if you've got a lot more to spend, if you've got around just over £1,000 to spend on a computer. I'll give you those two options. Obviously, if you're looking for something roughly in the middle, £700 to £800, then you can tweak yourself. You can maybe put a more powerful graphics card in there. Maybe you can upgrade the processor, put more RAM in, change the case, more hard drives, or whatever you want to do. But first of all, I'm starting off on Novatech's pre-built desktops, just to give you an idea of what you should expect from a pre-built desktop for certain price ranges. Now, if you are thinking of buying from Novatech, because I've been going on about how I use them, I get a lot of people saying, I'm going to get the iRush. Please don't get the iRush. I know it's £484 and it's £60-70 cheaper than the iRush Pro, which is the next one up, but the graphics card in the iRush is crap. Simple as. It's an ATI 5450, and most of you guys are looking for a high-powered gaming PC. The iRush won't do it unless you upgrade the graphics card, which would basically cost the difference between going from the iRush to the iRush Pro. The only difference between the iRush Pro and the iRush is the iRush Pro has an ATI Radeon 5770, which is a fantastic card. It's actually the one I've got in my PC at the moment, and it will play all of your games fine. So if you are looking, starting off, £549.99, 550 quid, will get you an i5 processor, 4GB of DDR3 RAM, at a very decent speed, a 1TB hard drive, a DVD writer, a 5770 graphics card, which is great, and a good 750 watt power supply, and a decent motherboard as well. No monitors included. They say that monitor sold separately, but that's what you get. You also get it in the you've got an ATX gaming case in there as well, and yeah, it generally looks nice. So that's for £550. Going down for £600. Basically, the step up from that, all they've changed is they've changed from an ATI card to an Nvidia card, and a more powerful card, the GTX 460. So if you've got £600 to spend, out of the two, if you're going to ask me, should I get the iRush Pro or the iConqueror, I've got, say, 600 odd quid to spend, but I'm torn between the two. Do I save money and go for the iRush Pro, or do I go for the iConqueror? The iConqueror will last you longer, but ultimately, guys, upgrade wise, future proofing, these computers are both very good. They've got an i5 processor which will last you ages. The RAM is good in there, 4GB, that's fine. The massive 1TB hard drive in there. The power supply should be fine. They've changed to a different brand here. They're Power Station ones, which have a bit more power efficiency on them. Because obviously the Nvidia cards require a little bit more power, and it's a bit more powerful than the ATI card, which this one will obviously play games better than the 5770. But out of the two, yes, I would recommend the iConqueror over the iRush Pro if you're around that price bracket. But saying that, as long as you don't get the iRush, if you get the iRush Pro as your starting base for what you're looking at, that is fine. A brilliant PC. It will run all of today's games very well, happily on high to ultra settings on most of them, even if you've got a full 1080p monitor. Then we go to the Revolution, which is using the AMD Phenom X6 1090T processor, 6-core processor, and that is they've gone back to using the 5770. They've basically just improved the processor. So if you can't afford an i7 and you want something a bit more gutsy for photo editing and rendering and things, then there's the AMD Phenom, or if you're an AMD fan rather than an Intel fan, this is a beastie processor. Graphics card, of course, in there, as well as the 5770. Good card. You can obviously upgrade it at a later date because it's All very compatible and nice. And apparently with this one you get a keyboard and mouse thrown in as well, and that's for £650. Now, massive jump here in prices. The iForge, this is where Novitec really push gaming performance. They've gone to an i7 processor, 6 gig of RAM, because triple channel 6 gig of RAM supports the i7 processors fantastically. You don't really want 4 gig with an i7. You want to put 6 gig in. I'm not actually sure if the i7s will work properly or bottleneck if they don't have the 6 gig, but if you've got 4 gig in your i7, put it up, because you will most definitely notice a performance in rendering and times, things like that. You've got two 1TB hard drives in this computer. You've also got a DVD writer and a Blu-ray reader. DVD writer, as I've already said. And the graphics card, now they've gone for the GTX 470 Fermi. Very powerful card. Obviously some people are going to be, oh, they're the ones that run really hot. If you've got a decent case, it's not something to worry about. It will run fine. Plus you can always shove an extra fan in there. So yeah. Sorry there, I had to pop off for a minute to be asked what I wanted for lunch. Anywho, we've got a good power supply in there as well, and the motherboard in there is solid too. Now, pushing up, the next two computers are Novitec sort of two flagship ones, and actually I haven't seen the iRule, that has been very recently added. But the iRain, the difference between that and the iForge, they've put in a GTX 480 Fermi in there, a very powerful card. And then if you've got the money, and at the moment and if you're looking for a future-proof PC that is going to last you for years and is going to annihilate Shogun 2 Total War, and you've got the money, obviously, the iRule is for you, or similar spec, because it's got a GTX 580 in there. Now, obviously, they all use NVIDIA ones. I prefer using NVIDIA cards. I won't be showing any ATI cards in this, but obviously you can just swap out the prices and put your own cards in. The rest of the parts will all be obviously reliable to you. I do use Intel processors, though, I must point out, because I generally find them more efficient than the AMD counterparts. And if anyone goes, oh, but why have you got an AMD and an ATI card in your computer? I won this computer that I'm using now, and I'm not going to complain. I love it. It's free. So yeah, so for the total of 1,160 quid, you've got this beastie, which for the price, if you look at PCs a couple of years ago, this is staggering value for money. At this price level, some of you are going to go, £1,000 for a computer, bloody hell, that's a rip-off. Well then obviously you're not the ones that are going to be spending that much, but if you do save up and if you do have enough money for something like this, this is a bloody good deal. You might find it slightly cheaper somewhere else, but generally speaking this is roughly the same price for building it yourself, putting one together yourself. Okay, so enough of me talking about Novitec's pre-built ones, but those are an idea for those of you that don't want to build one out of parts. Those are, and if you're looking on other sites, even if you're looking from the US and you convert the prices into US dollars, if they're offering you a PC with less spec than these for that price, you're getting ripped off. So sort of say to them, look, I can get a PC with all this stuff in for $200 cheaper, £200 cheaper. Can you match that? Because you shouldn't pay that much more for these parts. So I am going to go straight over to my cheaper, more budget gamer. Obviously none of these are going to be sort of 300 quid ones, because I'm ensuring that these computers will run games near enough fully maxed out if you're running them on 1080p monitors. I've tried to do that for you guys and put ones together that are also going to last and have great upgrade capability. Now you see the first one. Now don't worry if they say out of stock, this is just to obviously show you what parts. We first of all got this motherboard bundle, which I'll just click on the link and we'll go to take a look at it. It's got the i5 760 CPU in it, which runs at 2.6 GHz. We've also got 4 gig of DDR3 RAM and an Intel H55 motherboard. It is a, let me just check it, where is it? PCIe, it's only got one PCIe 2.0 slot, so it's not SLI compatible. But for a single GPU solution, this is a bloody good bundle, and at $269.99, very good as well. So that's the motherboard that I've chosen. I've chosen the I really don't need to click on this. I've chosen the GTX 460 graphics card to be put into this budget computer, or this cheaper gaming solution. It comes, if you buy from Novitec, it comes free with Hawks 2. The game. If you buy the graphics card, you get the game free as well, so that's always nice. You put in a 500 gig hard drive. Those of you that say, "Oh, I want a terabyte," well, you can easily chuck in a bigger one. This one was £30. I think it's an extra £10, and you can get a 1 terabyte one. I've used the OCZ power supply in there, and that's got enough juice to run a GTX 460 and even all the way up to 480. I think it's probably got enough as well for a 580 as well. So if you really wanted to chuck a powerful beastie in there, you could do. The case I've gone for is actually the same case that's on my computer now, the Thermaltake Element T. I'm just being called for lunch, but I'm going to finish this video first. Yep, I'll be down for lunch in a minute. Just finishing my video first, mother. Anyway, Element T case on there, and I've just chucked in a DVD drive, because, yeah, there we go. Total value of that, and we'll go collect from store. Obviously, you can have them delivered, they offer delivery options, but we're looking at the base parts, because obviously not all of you, maybe none of you, are going to even think about buying from Novatech. You'll buy from your own stores. But for that, that comes to £570, including VAT, and I think that's bloody good, to be honest, for that sort of kit. Very good PC. So I'm going to flip over to my Firefox browser. Go away, that thing there, and I'm going to show you the one that's the PC that's going to cost £1,144, and this is basically the challenger to Novatech's iRain. No, is it iRain? Yes, it is. No, iRule that they've just brought out today, which isn't on there. That one you have to go to Gaming PCs to find it. Their iRule. This is basically the same spec as that. We've got an i7. I'll show you the motherboard bundle actually. We've got an i7 950 in there, 6 gig of Corsair RAM, an Intel X58 motherboard, and that does have two PCIe 2.0x16 slots, so you can have SLI cards in this thing. So yeah, boom, running at 3.06 GHz off the board. That's the motherboard basically, and that is around about, well, hang on, what was the price including VAT? They don't show the VAT price on there. That's $489.99. So basically that's nearly the same price as the whole of the last PC, just for the processor, RAM and motherboard. But obviously this is for people that have got over £1,000 to spend, or around about that mark. This is for you guys. Then we've got the Coolmaster Storm Scout gaming case. I'm going to actually click on this so I can just show you what it looks like, because it does look very nice. My brother's actually got this case, and it is a very nice case, I will admit. So this, and it's actually on offer at the moment. It was $91.94. It's now $64.99. So very nice case, by the way. I put in a 1 terabyte hard drive in there for all your games. You can chuck everything on there, music and stuff. And then obviously it's out of stock, but this is the one I choose, the Nvidia GeForce GTX 580. Obviously, if you're an ATI fan, then you can chuck in the ATI 5970 instead, or whatever solution you want to do. Maybe two 5870s or an Aries 5870. I've put in a Corsair 850 watt power supply, and it's got enough power cables and everything to support SLI cards. And then we just chucked in, I've just put in a cheap DVD drive. It's a good DVD drive, though, Lightscribe. I haven't bothered with a Blu-ray, which is probably where the money's saved on this compared to Novatech's one, because they put a Blu-ray burner in there as well. But yeah, that's basically what you can get for £1,144.88. Okay, so I hope you found this video briefly useful, just looking at the rough price of parts and generally what to expect for your PC. If you're looking for around the £500 to £600 mark, then this is kind of the spec you should be expecting. If you can get if you can get better stuff in for the same price or cheaper, then that's brilliant, guys. Go for it. Let me know. If anyone needs any help or wants me to configure a PC for them for a certain amount of money, I will try my best. And I will use Novatech unless you supply me with a specific site you want me to use, just to give you a rough idea. So yeah, I hope this has been useful for you guys. It's shown you what you can expect to get for the top end of your money, and what to expect for a budget one, a more budget, reasonable amount. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate and subscribe.